If you wanna know, share the light, share the light. Everybody just share the light. Uptown pussy, I say share the light. Downtown people, I say share the light. Share the light, share the light. Everybody just share the light. Listen up. I want to strike a nerve. I have the right thing at hand. We talk a lot of talk. Don't tell me carnival plan. We having a private party.
Yes. Bless good afternoon again. Bless good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Bless good afternoon.
Share the light, share the light. Everybody just share the light. Uptown pussy, I say share the light. Downtown people, I say share the light. Share.
Yes, we were here too.
Share the light. Everybody just share the light. Listen up. Something bothering me. Something on my mind. I have the information.
Wait.
I want to go on the live. I want to put up the artists who all the money done. Now they're waiting for them to open the airport and start
Right.
if you want to
Bless good day again, Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters, family and friends. You done hear the instructions.
Downtown people, I say share the light. Share.
Listen what the man saying.
Everybody just share the light.
Right, I must thank producer Robert. I must thank Mr. Neil IWER George for this one. Yes, share the light, Trinidad and Tobago. We're talking today. Hey. Yes, brothers and sisters, well, the phone line hot. Let me take this one time. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, man. And to the listeners and to the whole IWER brothers and friends.
Yes, man.
Listen, for the longest while, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see a fighting up with the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the longest while, right? There's a doctrine
Mm-hmm.
of discontentment and ungratefulness and forgetfulness that has been preached in this country by, I want to call them a minority, or in terms of the unpatriotic. And a lot of people don't like that word and they like to call them that, but that is what they are, they're unpatriotic.
Yes.
And that has been going on for the longest while. And I want to know if this country will learn a lesson from in the times of Mr. Patrick Manning. How they sow seeds of discontentment in their imagination, make them believe nothing wasn't being done. When in truth and in fact, Trinidad and Tobago was at its highest stage of development, I would say, in the world, because the kind of magnanimous kind, we were like, let me tell you, in terms of national security, we were like about 100 years in front of our time, in front of our time where we had reached under Mr. Patrick Manning. But like one of the brothers who was giving misinformation about the OPVs and all this other rubbish he was talking about, what happened is that it was putting the big wig on them. And that's why as Madam come in, she look at everything. Because as we say, it's about saying on the street, coke at a cell, drug at a cell, that's about saying like that. And nothing these people do is to fight corruption, is to fight crime. Everything is to come up against everything. The government has had to water down the bills to pass it with a simple majority because we have no cooperation with them at all. So brothers and sisters, according to my partner here, brothers and sisters, Trinidad and Tobago, let us be aware of the seeds of discontentment for everything that these people have put across us in this country. You know, so we press and just say we stay focused and stand up with our government. Because they don't trade the traitor. That a man went up in the parliament, an England partner. How much of a traitor could you be again than to go in other people's parliament and sit down? But they don't talk about that at all. When they went to Australia and tried to get the opposition to stop the making of the boats and all them kind of things. We are traitors in this country. Have a good evening, brothers and sisters.
Thank you very much for your contribution, caller. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Mr. Felix, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Felix, I want to ask Kingsley this question. Do you know the acting permanent secretary working in the Prime Minister? Well, actually, he's not working in the Prime Minister. He's working from home and stifling the government. I wonder if Kingsley know that one. He knows so much of things, Mr. Felix.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's aware of that one. Well, if he's aware, I want him to call in and tell me if he know the person. You hear what I'm telling you about?
I feel you.
The acting permanent secretary never work yet. He was staying from home and do all the nasty work. I want Kingsley to call in and say if you know that person. Mr. Felix, one thing with you. I like how you went down the road this afternoon with him.
Thank
You understand me?
Yes.
Yes, I like how you give it him because nothing the government do here in Trinidad and Tobago, you see that. All that is Tanti Kamala, and the same PS, you understand me?
Yeah.
The acting one working for the mother of the nation. You see the nonsense when Matt talk yesterday? Like the right description, like he know what the hell to say in Parliament. It's not a laugh at it because you make yourself a clown. You have a good on Mr. Felix.
Thank you very much, caller, for your contribution.
Everybody just shout it out. Listen up. Something but it.
Bless, good afternoon, caller.
Mr. Felix, right?
What going on, guys?
Yes. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share the next point of the opposition side. As always, because I know that a majority of the callers is PNM, but all of the callers is PNM. And the fact remains that if a permanent secretary, who the Prime Minister will appoint and with fired or will remove, have him there working home. What they want I to say about that, or what they want the mother of the nation to say.
I know what the caller asks. The caller asks if you know who is the person.
I have no evidence of that. I don't know about that. And if she know that, as you say, take it to Gary. Okay? If she could take it to Gary. I don't know about the permanent secretary. I out that we in opposition and we know what's going on in opposition. We do not know what's going on in government. But the Prime Minister in charge of that ministry, so he should be taking action against that. But Mr. Felix, the fact is that the UNC take all the money and gone. That is facts, right?
Kingsley, holding on to that. That is what you're saying today, this afternoon.
No, that is your facts. That is all your facts, right?
No, I taking that as a confession because you now say the facts is UNC take all the money and
gone.
gone.
That is all your facts. No, that is all your facts.
Okay,
that is all your facts.
Right.
It was and if you go on, I'm just saying, right, about talk show program, right? And talk, right? If you go on either frequency now, with that facts, you will get the same way callers attacking me, you will get attacked the same way on either frequency. We have majority of
I call already, you know. I call a couple of all the frequencies, you know. I call another discussion with a couple of all the frequencies and they end up telling me that I'm a stupid and a dotish and what it is
that
I'm having.
So that is same thing here. I'm getting here, I'm stupid, I'm done. So if you call one of them here, so I understand that. So that we didn't break me, we didn't make me stop fight what I believe in and what I know what I am fighting for. And the point you mean, one question I want to ask you, because I hear they be preaching as a gospel man, and you know what I mean? You're bringing a children in the studio, and you're making it live.
Yes.
Right. Because I want to ask, right? If somebody wish bad on you, would you wish back bad on somebody?
No. No. Thank you very much, Kingsley, for that point. Thank you very much. You can call back. No, you can't follow up the line, Kingsley. Well, people calling.
Okay.
Yes. If somebody wish bad on me, no, I wouldn't wish bad on somebody because that is not the way. And as far as I see the Prime Minister and them is not practicing that, as I speak to, as watch Mr. Hines' page and know the MP appoint 14 personally, Mr. Kennedy Richards Jr., and know people who it is actually in the PN. And then on top of that, what make it dangerous, Kingsley? Now, first things first, my constitutional right is to represent who it is I want to represent with and stand who I want to stand with. My right and my responsibility is to also stay factual with the information that I continue to give out. Now, mind me, I am a radio host. And mind me, yes, we do our thing in Point 14 with 648 television. But let me tell you something, brothers and sisters, really and truly, right? All right, you have your views, I have my views. You saying that you is a UNC person and you do not deserve a hearing, I do not continue to condone that conversation, right? Everybody needs to be heard. Listen, what is the fact? The fact is that you could be a Muslim, I could be an open Bible, you could be a Jehovah's Witness. Each and every one of us have a responsibility to come to terms for the best solution to take care of Trinidad and Tobago or wherever we may be. So while you might personally be displeased about me giving somebody a hearing, the fact remains everybody needs to be heard because that gentleman believes what it is he is saying is the right thing. Obviously, Kingsley, between me and you, you're wrong. And if it is we're dealing with facts, the facts state that you're wrong. The facts state that there was discrepancies. The facts state that there are people before the court. And then here we're going on. While we're dealing with that, that is not even the main circumstances of what we're dealing with today. Now, here is the circumstances that we'll be dealing with today. There are brothers and sisters in Trinidad and Tobago. Because honestly, it break my heart when it is I hear you call Miss Kim Cole name. That really hit me like a ton of brick. Because when it is I really watch what's going on with Miss Kim Cole and what's going on with other people around, to people like Dane Paul, people like Miss Lois Lewis, people like Rafiq Mohammed, people like Redemption Song, people who continue, people like Shiva Mohammed, people like Shivam Tilok Singh, who continue to help and support brothers and sisters in and around Trinidad and Tobago in different avenues. Now, mind me, brother, if it is you don't know the facts, or if you're blinded, or if it is you're uninformed, my responsibility is to continue explaining the facts. What it is I am saying is you hanging out with a team of people, that is your team of people. I can vex with you for your team of people. What it is I hope that you come to terms with the truth in Trinidad and Tobago. And the truth in Trinidad and Tobago is, to the Honorable Prime Minister and his entire administration, we say bless good afternoon here at Street 919. Listen to me. To each and every MP that continue to stand with the decision that is being made by our CMO and our Minister of Health, we say bless good afternoon and continue to stay focused. To each and every stable-minded citizen, whether in or out of Trinidad and Tobago, that continue to follow the rules and the regulation in Trinidad and Tobago, we say bless good afternoon here at Street 919. To each and every visitor in Trinidad and Tobago that continue to understand what the Minister of Health and what the CMO, what the Prime Minister and every stable-minded contributing contributing factor in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we all know that all the children in Trinidad and Tobago do not have electrical devices. This is why if it is we open our ears and open our eyes, we would know where we could get help. So, brother, all of us in Trinidad and Tobago know that the government of Trinidad and Tobago was unprepared for this COVID-19 pandemic. We was unprepared when our brother, knowing the facts, he have a talk show. Now, you have a responsibility to be responsible, and you walked around Trinidad and Tobago, Kingsley, this is one of your friends, and explain to people after that you have COVID-19, what is the government of Trinidad and Tobago to do? To allow people to continue getting sick, or to act like this thing is not going on, or to co-sign hot sun and punching, or to even argue, or to even sit down and discuss about a dome. Brothers and sisters, we have a responsibility in Trinidad and Tobago, and our responsibility is to make sure that our citizens get the best representation that could be provided. And listen to me, when I say the best representation, we want the people who can make the best decisions for our country. So the brother who turn around and explain to us if we know the real reason why Petrotrin had to close. I ask you today, why is Shell closing too? Why Shell today arguing that they did not close down 1% of their industry over 2 years ago? Why all these main industries is watching the government of Trinidad and Tobago and thanking them for making the right decision for their people of Trinidad and Tobago? Don't just call with wild accusations, call with facts. That's why I'm telling you they facts. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, boy, Felix.
Yeah, what's going on, brother?
Brother, I ask you if you know who Dennis Hall is.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you know who Dennis Hall is?
Yes.
The great who? Sprung along, a Southman like you.
Go ahead.
I told you money is the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta understand.
No, you see, I'm not talking to them, you know. This is it. I'm not speaking to Kingsley. I'm speaking to the young people who listen, you know.
Yeah. These fellas are signed and designed to eat up time on the radio and to divert away from the real issues. That is Kingsley and them fellas' agenda. It is strategic. Kingsley, one pool is built in Sogan Trace in Lavantel by Dr. Rowley. I grew up in St. James, Kingsley. A Lavantel Technical Institute across the road. What you went across there and learned? There's a next pool being built supposed to be commissioned in Mova. And it's going to go up the corridor. You know the purpose of the pool, Kingsley? Not the order to learn to swim because we're in the tropics, you know, and we're on an island with water, which is important. It is to raise the self-esteem of people from East Port of Spain and the stigma that only good things and luxurious things is for people in the West. So youth that growing up will grow up knowing what a pool is and they could go and learn to swim and know well here what's going on. Nobody in better than where we come from.
Caller, let me ask you a question. The people who that is put in the pool there, you think that we should thank these people and act gratefully? Because I think we should.
Nobody see if Mrs. Bissessa gave people $69 and say hands up, hands out, hands down, and they think, remember I told you, there are talk show hosts, there's all sorts of people. Money is the order these days. The two things they attack. The skill is Felix, go on the Syrian community.
Yeah.
Every topic they could be talking about hands on the ground to the man who's selling pie. They end up with the Syrian. Then they end up with the Attorney General family building, which was rented out by the UNC for hundreds of millions of dollars and had nobody in it. Right? So that's the two things they target. Then they target that PNM don't like black people.
That is the next target, yes.
Right. So they start targeting all these straight-here people in the PNM. Stuart Young, Faisal Wari, Terence Bialse, the Works Minister, Rohan.
The Agriculture Minister.
Yes, all that strategic. Because they can't get where they want, and they can't have their way, and they can't, the gravy train has dried up. Free money, easy money, stolen money, corrupted money, work less, and just collect money. So you have to understand the whole game, and there's talk shows in the mix that putting people against one another in order because their credibility is shot. So that is their fun when the day comes.
Yes.
Because they went out on their stupid, selfish agenda, and egg end up in the face, so the shame now. So their game is to play neutral, but they are not. They put themselves in that position because of their selfishness.
Yes.
So the whole thing is, but the wind says, what Dr. Rowley has done for the 6 years in power to favor the Syrian community, up to now,
they can't point out.
Hold on, Mr. Felix.
Yeah.
The Clico when he was selling the assets, they said going to the 1%.
Yes.
What did Dr. Rowley do? He created a NIF one where people getting paid some it and go through all of them, with all of them. All right, they didn't win with that. They said he go and get the refinery to the Syrian community. That was the next song and dance.
Yes.
By talk show host. The refinery still there. Men can't come up with the money. And that is strategic what they are doing. They're trying to put the urban black population against the PNM. But you can't blame, but they're not saying there are 2 boats in Tobago brand new. There's 2 offshore patrol vessels coming from Australia. There's hospital. There's the center down Diego Martin, where my niece is playing an all-purpose center.
Yes.
Commissioner Gary Griffith.
Upgrading license. Yes.
Hold on, Commissioner Gary Griffith is commissioning all the football fields in the police barrack.
Yes.
AstroTurf is going to be sat down there next to court. All the facilities, down Carenage, all over the health center, the playground. They're not saying that. You know what they later focus on? Faisal Wari marry into wealth. So Felix, I jealous you. Felix, I have brethren who marry women with money.
Yeah.
So if you lucky and you end up with a sister with money, so I go begrudge you and bad talk you for the rest of my life. The Attorney General marry into wealth.
Yes.
So what he's supposed to do? Divorce his wife because she has wealth and say no, I'm going into government has done what she. I'm going to sign for divorce. That's the stupidity of some of my people because of their selfish agenda. But the show will go on. Dr. Rowley has done a lot with the little that was left. And as I say, you can't blame the man for all the ills. And if he had all the money in all the exchequer account, the 16 billion in NGC, all the money that was wasted, the $1 billion wastewater treatment, the green fund, all those money that they stole, the 34 million, the man passed away, the fire truck, all that money, the $7 billion to the Point 14 highway down by from the exchequer account.
Caller, you're well informed by that. I like your form.
But they could have go to the IDB bank.
Yes.
And then a big belly Hindu brother take out the bankruptcy clause from it so they can't take the government to court, the contractor when they run away the money. They ain't go talk about that. All that we could have used in the pandemic now to get a little small, but the malls closed down now. Dr. Rowley will be able now to all that money that they wasted NDC, that they will take all the little small man and small woman, a little green and a little, they're talking about laptop.
All right, caller. Caller, don't let them vex you. Thank you very much. I give you 6 at the way. Like I said, the very best. Have a blessed remainder of your day, and thank you very much for your contribution. Blessed good afternoon, caller.
Mr. Felix,
How you do?
I want to tell Kingsley, Prime Minister don't employ PS. You hear me? They come from Service Commission. So whatever team media, you have to work with them. Tell us dotish man that.
Miss, I wanted to close off with that, but oh God, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Blessed good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, man. I'm glad I get you. Good evening.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Yes. These brethren who speak, they speak a lot. Man.
Yes.
A lot of knowledge. We Africans got to understand that them and the others on the opposition and the activists and things, they're just trying to distract the African man from staying with the PNN. But it will also do they know. If the African man give the UNC a chance, and they take that chance and blow it, and we take it back from them, we give them it again, they still blow it, we take it back again, and they can't stop, we will beat them every time they can't get it right. All the change they're talking, the giving change. I said I miss change, I said I use change, I said a 10 cent, 5 cent dollar. We can't deal with that as Africans in this land.
Yes.
And all the millions going down way. Cross the Caribbean with Kingsley. Okay.
Thank you very much for your contribution, caller. I'm Trinidad and Tobago brothers and sisters. I want to highlight something because I'm going to tell you something here. I myself have been out and been around Trinidad and Tobago. And one something I continue to see here. You see, some bad decisions was made with our past administrations, whether we like it or not, that is the facts, right? And but one thing I don't want us to do, we cannot label all East Indian people like that, because brothers and sisters, follow my page. All you need to follow my page. 648 television and all you would see. We just be out and about. The Felix family, we just be out and about. And watch me. There are good people in every ethnic background. And there are some wicked people in every ethnic background. Our response, you know how it is these people continue to have all this play? And caller, you're right, Mr. Elliott, you are right. You understand? When we continue to give them the play, why I give Kingsley a hearing today is that I like the fact, and I will give them hearing one by one, is that I like the fact that he had the confidence to call in. You notice after 6 weeks, he finally built up the confidence. But I sure they told him, that young fella know what you're doing here. You can't go wrong, he just so. Trinidad and Tobago now, I might say we're dealing with a problem in Point Fortin here. Where 2 Sundays are back, a young lady and some Chinese, and by the Chinese grocery had a discrepancy. Now what we're saying is, the fella who did the video, I want to let it go up on the page, the man who do the narrating in the video, this is why we continue to say, lean not on your own understanding. For far too long, we continue to sit down in our houses, in our personal spaces. And what it is we forget is that there are people who factually outside. Some outside because they really, really care about other people. Who really is unprepared, who are financially unable to handle their thing. Now, mind me, a lot of the people who is helping is not big shot people, you know. It's just God give them the grace, they have the talent, and they're using the gifting to help get products, help get food stuff, help get whatever it is, electrical devices, to go bless get their senior in the house. You understand, brothers and sisters? And what it is we're continuing to see is that we as a people, we continuing, some people receiving things, some people working. But let me tell you something. There are people who continue to speak negative content in Trinidad and Tobago. And there are people who know the truth. This is why I continue to thank each and every person who continue to call in at the Pelau program. Yes, brothers and sisters, the Pelau is drying down and the salad, we're looking to take it out of the fridge. The juice, my boy there, the producer, he making the juice. And brothers and sisters, let me tell you something. We have to be real and reasonable. If it is I explain to you that I see this, and I explain to you that this is what the news say, don't come and tell me that I'm lying. Don't come and tell me that I'm racial. Don't come and tell me that I'm picking and I'm watching and I'm... No. Tell me, boy, what's going on? Wait, sir, that happened with these people and them time, boy. Nah, that ain't really look good. Now, be real and reasonable now, man. Let me take this call here. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Felix. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon.
For me.
Yes, man. Good afternoon, sir.
Because I know one Miss Man hiding from coming back to Trinidad and Tobago. You know why, Mr. Felix? Because of $400 million in life support. You know about that, eh?
Yeah.
Public servant. Hiding for your life. And when people want to come on the radio, they must know on 10 tomorrow, no prime minister does appoint a PS. That is from the public service. This is why I say, Mr. Felix, I have a school that some of them who comes on the radio with a non-fact should come and learn something from me.
Thank you.
Look at that foolish thing what he's saying there. He ain't telling you about $7 billion was out. He's not telling you that they say they will look up Call the Heart. Call the Heart was not look up. The late Prime Minister wants to be locked up by telling you nobody from the UN change to lock up. So I guess what Logan and the next fellow is not people. And when you want to talk about lies, let me give you a little piece of lie that these people and them don't want to hear at all. The war is on the land, not on the sea. You remember that?
Yeah.
When back in Parliament, they never said that.
Yes. The city never said that?
Yes, the black man. I said no, I said the black. What part of that statement could have a word as black in it?
Caller, you're breaking up. Caller, you got to call back. You're breaking up bad.
You hear me? You hear me?
I hear you good now, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that I just get word a businessman has been kidnapped on a platform. The next thing you know, the police came in, not a word of apology. Dr. Rowley was very well to apologize for a sorry lady with liquid in her hand. No condemnation about racial remarks about Dr. Rowley. And I would end with this. When a Senator fell on the opposition leader, I'm not calling she Kamala, the opposition leader.
Yes.
When she was Prime Minister. Do you remember that Dr. Rowley went and said speedy recovery?
Yes.
You hear any speedy recovery come from the opposition leader? And in fact, she went on to say the Ministry of Health collapsing, the Ministry of Works collapsing, some of them collapsing too. When Dr. Rowley had the problem with his cardiac system. You remember that?
Yeah.
Well, I want Kingsley to talk about that. Kingsley, come out the radio. Unless you come to my school. You ain't know where PS come from, right? And you want to be a big talk show? I'm saving you, no? I'm saving you. Good afternoon to you, Mr. McDonald. I'm telling you again, Kingsley. When you want to come on the radio, we have a school of facts. Do not continue to... You know something, Mr. Felix? I don't know.
Yeah.
He thought you didn't need to listen to him. So he's sneaking. He don't know he was one of the brilliant fellows with back. This is what I said. And I challenge him not to know to say which part of Shepherd Court did I be training the youth Kingsley. What's another way then?
This is...
I say no, you never will tell Kingsley. Well, you can't never call and you too. Don't let me talk about you, eh?
Oh, God.
All right, I will stay up for today.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your contribution, caller. And Trinidad and Tobago brothers and sisters. Now, check it out. I was talking now. Thank you very much, caller, for your contribution. Let me take this one here, man, before I go into this conversation. Bless good afternoon, caller. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Hello, good afternoon to you, Mr. Felix.
Good afternoon, sir.
And good afternoon to your viewers.
Yes, man. Thank you very much.
I watch your program. I listen to your program. I watch you on my screen. Anyway, this guy is the streeter. You look professional.
Thank you very much.
I wish all the talk show hosts and them should look as much professional as you, because 91.3 919 is TV now and all over the world.
Yes.
Just as we watch CNN and BBC and then we look at 91.9 and something we're proud of.
Yes, man.
But I believe, do you believe that if given the opportunity in life, success does come?
Yes.
Something hurt me last night watching the TV, where this senior citizen, I think it's 81 years or 91 or some kind of thing in Tobago, where they was evicted. It's a sad thing to see.
They was evicted?
Yeah. And it's a, hello?
Yeah, listen, we hear you.
Yeah, it is a sad thing to see on TV, because I believe if given the opportunity in life, success will come, and these senior citizens and them should get the opportunity. These callers and them who call the Street 919 to condemn people like Kingsley and who make a contribution, they don't know that that senior citizen waiting on your contribution on his behalf and many others in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
This is why I
have problem and expecting people who have the opportunity to call a radio station or a television program to assist them in time of need because they don't have that.
Or at least make a positive contribution towards the cause. This is what it is for. Go ahead, caller, sorry.
And when I look at it, I am not no UNC caller, or no PNM supporter, or any kind of thing. But if I have a choice, when there is an election again, and they have a general election, and Daniel Dukin point up here going out for the PNM, they will have my support.
Thank you very much.
But for no election, and something I would not condemn the last Prime Minister for, which is Kamala Prasad Bisesa, because I hear on the news, when they reported, the only income that senior citizens get in is the $2,500. That is something to applaud the last Prime Minister for, because she are the one that raised those grants on them.
Lovely.
That is something I would not condemn.
No, we wouldn't condemn that.
And every senior citizen in this country, and every senior citizen that have children, and they know, because I know in many communities, many people couldn't have helped the grandmothers and grandfathers because many places they're not working. That money that your grandmother and grandfather receiving today, that is something that we should applaud Kamala for. I don't think that as a human being and as a citizen and a taxpayer of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago should come every day and condemn somebody who did well. In your view, and not your view, but the public view, it might have some things that she did not do well. I want to applaud one of the caller that called in to and say that he was mentioning all the works that the People's National Movement did all over the country. I am proud of him for saying that. But something I am watching, all those works and all those contractors all over the country, it is East Indian contractors do those work.
Boy, you know touch a nice button there. You know touch a nice button there, right?
If given the opportunity in life, success will come. Faris Alwari get it. And many others, and the East Indian side I seen getting it. What happened to the black man in this country? Why black men in this country don't call the radio station and ask for their community to be developed? I can speak about from Urupuch go round about going straight down to Cedros. We have a lot of work over there need fixing. We have all right through that whole road up to the area I went Columbus Bay. And the road very deplorable. What is the responsibility of a human being? To call the radio station and chastise human being or ask for development in their community? Mr. Felix?
Caller, thank you very much for your contribution. And that is as real as it gets. Yes, sir.
And let me tell you something. I have been part of this Street 919 from existence. And I will tell you something. I will advise you on something over here. And Neil IWER George will tell you, take this advice. You see these callers and them that you have calling and staying 5 and 10 minutes on the radio? They do nothing good to your program. Your program must develop. When I watch your program, I must see 10, 15, 20 ads, new ads. And that is a developing program that will bring success to you, to your program, to 91.9, and to the callers and them.
Caller,
I'll be responsible now.
Thank you very much for taking me back to the root and my topic today. Thank you very much, sir. And Trinidad and Tobago brothers and sisters, that caller couldn't say it better than that. At the end of the day, we love to state the facts. So when we hear the facts, real talk is real talk. But hear this, we have to be real and reasonable too. What the caller saying is, now this is why I continue to say I am glad to be at Street 919. I am glad to be at IWER's house. Brothers and sisters, I am glad to know people like Kim Cole. I am glad I have that lovely wife that I have. Annie, big up yourself, girl, and my lovely children, big up all yourself. Now here is Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters. We as a people needs to be real and reasonable. What the caller is saying is this. What it is we as black people, we seem to have all the solutions. We know all who victimizing us. We know the Syrian man victimizing me. We know the Chinese man fighting me down. Just last week, Sunday, we had an incident in Point 14. 137 people put up. Let me stop support them. And not one out of the 137 people went by the grocery to find out what factually went on with the girl or what went on with the incident. Trinidad and Tobago, we as a people needs to be real and reasonable. And what it is we need to do, while it is you're calling to boycott, direct us to the grocery that you own. Black brothers and black sisters, let me be real and let me be reasonable. While it is we calling to talk down on this one and that one, and the evidence is shaky and it is not real, direct us to the business that you invest in your money in, because there is people who are investing. That is why I choose. I'm not talking down on no Syrian man, no Chinese man. I cannot talk down on Mr. This is why I continue to big up Mr. IWER George, who is the big boss in the business and will continue to be the boss in the business. All of us who is into soca, brothers and sisters, the caller is right. We need to flood the airwave with local content. We need to flood the airwave with businesses. So Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters, this has been the end of the Pelau Show. We're saying grab your spoon, grab your fork, grab your plate, grab your juice, and let's get something to eat. Be real and reasonable. So here we're going on. Street 919 is open for business. All those who are local business, all those who are foreign business, all those who doing whatever it is you're doing, feel free to call in, feel free to come in and ask for the services that we have here. Feel free to hit up, find out, brothers and sisters. Look at the page carefully. Understand what a boss do. A boss make sure that those around him eat. That is real. Thank you very much, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. See you guys tomorrow, please the Lord. Tobago, girl, I'm sorry, but tomorrow, please the Lord.